guys. So it has been a while since I vlogged. I keep looking down. It's because Luca is right here. What you doing, girl? This is basically just a reflection on fall. I think the most challenging part of fall for me is the fact that in New York, obviously the weather gets colder, and I feel like I establish a really good, healthy routine in summer. It's really easy because, you know, I can go outside and get some sun while I'm doing my morning routine or journaling, and it's just a little bit, you know, easier to get around and be outside. Our routines have definitely shifted, but I also think that there's a lot of beauty with fall as well. And even, you know, every weekend we go to the farmer's market and just seeing the different types of produce, how it's changing week by week. That's been really nice. And it was really lovely because this year we got to go apple picking upstate, which is like one of my favorite things to do. Just getting into those cozy fall activities has been really nice this year. Also just seeing how different parts of my routine have shifted, like day-to-day things in terms of normally in summer I'm like really into iced matchas, and I just start to crave coffee a lot more once the weather cools down. So I've been making a lot more coffee at home, and when we go out, getting more coffees.
Soft light falls on quiet sand. You almost lean.
That's the cherry.
Cherry.
Shadows move, skin to skin. Something unspoken. Will you let me in? You and I will always have that one night. Come morning light, we'll always have that sunlight. Daybreak, the shadows fade. You step back, I step away. Nothing's broken, nothing new. Only the sunrise.
Little farmer's market haul. Got some Red Delicious apples. Found this Thai hot sauce, which looks really good. The lady said this one, it's like the original hot sauce, goes really well with fish. Got some pecan maple candy. It's just made out of maple syrup and pecans. I've never tried this before, so I'm very excited. Anthony got some classic hummus. Got some fresh chives and spring onion. Obviously for Luke, I had to get a little snack. Breastfed lamb lung. At a grocery store nearby, I found this nata, which I've never tried, but apparently is very good for you. grabbed a little snack at sushi counter. I love their sushi, especially when I'm on the go. This is a cooked salmon roll with cucumber and also some miso soup. It's really good. So I've been really getting back into reading the last few years. The pandemic was one of those years that it was hard to read. I just found myself not wanting to read fiction. I wanted everything to feel very real, like takes place in modern times. This book, which everyone I'm sure knows about or has heard about, is Frankenstein, the Mary Shelley original 1818 text. I am 62% of the way through, but I wanted to jump on and just kind of share my thoughts. So one thing that's kind of unique about how I've approached this book, I think when I was halfway through, we watched the Netflix film. It was really interesting that I did it that way because I think had I seen the movie, I wouldn't have read the book. So I'm actually glad that I read the book first, like halfway through at least. Normally when you read a book, you kind of get disappointed, you know, when you see the film adaptation. I feel like the film adaptation did a really good job of laying down the foundation of what the story in the book is like. Also, the movie was a little bit more like horror, gory, a little bit creepy. And then the book I found, especially since I've been going back to it after watching the film, has just been very heavy, depressing. I don't think there's anything positive in it except for, so first of all, it takes place in the late 18th century and it spans like Geneva, Switzerland, Germany, France, England. I love Europe. Just being immersed in those really vast nature descriptive environments, you really feel like you're in this world. One thing that's really fascinating though is that when I watched the film, I got a better sense of Frankenstein. Jacob Elordi did such a good job of just embodying and creating like his own version. Just the physicality, how he was moving and the speech and how they did the prosthetics. It was just so helpful because I had this image then when I went back to read. When I was first reading the book, I didn't have any image. It was just blank. I had no visual of what I thought Frankenstein would look like, which is so fascinating. The book is very different to that 1930s film. It just feels more real. The structure of Frankenstein is that it's a story within a story within a story. So at least so far, it's such a like vast story to be told. And then of course, because it is in the late 18th century, the language is very dense. So overall, I recommend this. But yeah, thank you for watching. And the next video is going to be a really, really fun adventure. So actually, I don't know if it's gonna be the next video. It might be in 2 videos, but coming up is definitely gonna be a really exciting video that I can't talk about yet. I hate when people say that, but it will be worth watching and subscribing for that. So see you in the next video.